Our video today is about the rates of reaction. The rates of reaction means the speed of the reaction. Means how fast can the reaction take place or occur. We can measure the speed or the rate of the reaction. By the way, we don't use the word speed in chemistry, we use the word rate. So when I say rate of the reaction, that means the speed of the reaction, but we don't usually use the word speed. Okay. Now, how could we know the rate or the speed of the reaction? Sometimes some of the reactants or the products are easily to be observed. The rate of any reaction is or means how fast the reactants are disappearing or how fast the products are appearing. So we can measure or observe the rate of the reaction by the disappearance of the reactants and by the appearance of the products. We can use any of them in order to measure the rate of the reaction. In many reactions, we have gas formation, for example, in the products. One of the products is a gas. We can use this gas, we can use the volume of this gas in order to measure the rate of any chemical reaction. Usually, the rates of chemical reactions are measured during the time. By the beginning of any chemical reaction, the rate of the reaction is very fast, and while the reaction is taking place, the rate of the reaction becoming slower. For example, the graph that is drawn for the rate of any chemical reaction, we draw the time at the x-axis, and for example, amount of product or loss in reactants, for example, at the y-axis. The shape of the curve for the reaction rate or the rate of the reaction is usually like this. You can observe that at the beginning of the reaction, it is faster because the curve is steep. And as the time going, okay, we can reach a point where the curve starts to be horizontal. That means that we don't have any extra amount of products, so that means that the reaction is ended. So at the first of the reaction, always the reaction is faster or even the fastest. As we go with time, reaction becomes slower. And at the point where the curve became horizontal, that means that no change in the reaction or in the products or in the reactants, so the reaction is ended at that time. So for this reaction, we can say that this is the time for the reaction to take place, for the whole reaction to take place. Now, we have many conditions that affect or factors that affect the rate of the reaction. We will write them and then we will discuss them one by one. The first factor is the surface area of any solid reactant. This is the first factor. The second factor, the concentration of any reactant. The third factor is the temperature at which the reaction is carried out. The next is the use of catalyst. And the last one is the influence of light for some reactions. So these are the factors affecting the rate of the reaction. We will now discuss each factor by its own.